A normal night turns into a kidnapping nightmare. The tranquility of the evening was shattered in an instant, leaving behind a scene of chaos and confusion. The once quiet street was now engulfed in a blinding light, making it impossible to see anything clearly. It was a Tuesday. Rain was hitting the windows, creating a rhythmic pattern that was oddly soothing. The sound of the rain was a constant companion, a backdrop to our evening. Sarah and I were eating dinner, laughing at a silly joke. The warmth of the moment was something we cherished, a simple joy in our otherwise hectic lives. We had no idea that this would be the last normal moment we would share. Then the lights flickered. A high-pitched whine filled the air, a sound so piercing it made us cover our ears. It was unlike anything we had ever heard before, a noise that seemed to come from another world. I looked out the window. A super-bright light covered the street, illuminating everything with an eerie glow. It was as if the night had turned into day, but with a strange, otherworldly quality. I ran outside. Panic grabbed me. Sarah was gone. Poof! Just like that, she had vanished without a trace. My heart raced as I frantically searched the area, calling out her name, but there was no response. The only thing left was a quiet humming sound. It was a low, almost imperceptible noise that seemed to vibrate through the air, adding to the surreal atmosphere of the night. I knew right then it was aliens. They took her, but why? The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. The stories, the rumors, they were all true. Aliens were real, and they had taken Sarah for reasons I couldn't fathom. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Hope faded. Each day that passed without any sign of Sarah felt like an eternity. The waiting was unbearable, a constant reminder of the void she had left behind. Then one night the humming came back. It was the same low, vibrating sound that had haunted me since the night Sarah disappeared. My heart pounded as I realized that something was about to happen. A blue beam shone down from the sky, making my living room glow. The light was mesmerizing, almost hypnotic, and I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was as if the universe itself was reaching out to me. In the middle of the beam, a figure appeared. It was a silhouette at first, but as it came into focus, I could see that it was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It was an alien, tall and thin. Its presence was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. I felt a mix of fear and curiosity as I stood there, unable to move. Its skin sparkled like 1,000 stars. The light seemed to dance across its body, creating a mesmerizing display that was both beautiful and unsettling. Its big black eyes seemed to look right through me. They were deep and endless, like looking into the void of space itself. I felt exposed, as if it could see into my very soul. In a scratchy voice it spoke. The sound was harsh and grating, but there was an intelligence behind it that was unmistakable. "You'll look for the one called Sarah. She is here on our planet." The words sent a chill down my spine. Sarah was alive, but she was far from home, in a place I couldn't even begin to imagine. To get her back, you must compete. The challenge was clear, but the stakes were higher than I could have ever imagined. I had to face the unknown, to venture into a world beyond my comprehension, all for the chance to bring Sarah back. The Challenger appears. A holographic alien delivers a shocking ultimatum. It was an ordinary day until the air shimmered and a holographic figure materialized before me. The alien, with its translucent form and otherworldly presence, spoke in a voice that echoed through the room. "You have been chosen," it declared, its tone both commanding and eerie. Compete? Against an alien? For Sarah. My mind raced, trying to comprehend the gravity of the situation. Sarah, my closest friend, was now the center of an intergalactic challenge. The alien's words echoed in my head, making it hard to think straight. I felt scared. "What kind of competition?" I asked, my voice really quiet. The fear was palpable, coursing through my veins like ice. I had never felt so out of control, so vulnerable. The alien's presence was overwhelming, and the stakes were unimaginably high. The alien flickered, then changed into a holographic image of an arena. It was huge, round, and full of weird alien creatures. The sight was both mesmerizing and terrifying. The arena seemed to pulse with energy, and the alien spectators looked eager for the competition to begin. "The tournament of 10,000 stars," the alien said. "Champions from all over the galaxy compete. The winner gets an amazing prize." The alien's words painted a picture of a grand cosmic event where the best of the best would clash in a battle of skill and strength. Your Sarah is that prize. My heart was beating fast. This was serious. Why her? I asked, angry now. The thought of Sarah being reduced to a mere prize infuriated me. She was more than that, and I needed to understand why she was chosen. The alien's face didn't change. "She has something we need." something we think will save our world. The alien's calm demeanor only added to my frustration. What could Sarah possibly have that was so crucial to their survival? What something? I wanted to yell, but I knew I had to stay calm. I had to play their game. My mind raced with possibilities, but I couldn't let my emotions get the better of me. I needed to think clearly and strategically. What if I say no? I asked, trying not to sound shaky. The question hung in the air, heavy with tension. I needed to know my options, even if they were limited. The alien's image wiggled. Saying no is not a choice. Compete or lose her forever. The ultimatum was clear and unforgiving. There was no room for negotiation or compromise. I had to fight for Sarah. I had to win. The resolve within me solidified. This was no longer just about survival. It was about protecting someone I cared deeply for. The path ahead was daunting, but I knew I had to face it head-on, for Sarah's sake and for my own. The gauntlet is thrown. A series of challenges await, each more bizarre than the last. The first challenge was a test of speed and agility. I had to navigate a futuristic obstacle course filled with traps and surprises at every turn. The alien took me to their planet. So many crazy colors. The sky was a swirl of purples and greens, and the ground was covered in plants that seemed to glow with an inner light. The air felt weird and buzzy. It was like breathing in electricity, every breath tingling with energy. I was led through a maze, the walls covered in strange symbols. They seemed to shift and change as I moved, making it hard to find my way. Finally, I got to the arena. It was massive, with high-tech details that made it look like something out of a sci-fi movie. The crowd was super loud. Aliens of all shapes and sizes were cheering, their voices blending into a cacophony of sound. The first challenge, a test of how fast I could move. I had to sprint through a series of obstacles, each one more difficult than the last. I had to get through a crazy obstacle course while dodging energy blasts. It was like something out of a video game, but the stakes were real. Then a test of strength. I had to lift heavy objects and push against powerful forces. I wrestled a creature 5 times my size, its skin super hard. It was like trying to move a mountain. Each challenge was really hard. My muscles ached and my mind was pushed to its limits. But the aliens also played mind tricks. They tried to confuse me, making me see things that weren't there. They showed me scary illusions, things I was afraid of. It was like being trapped in a nightmare. They whispered doubts in my head, trying to make me give up. Their voices were like poison seeping into my thoughts. But I thought of Sarah, her face like a light in the dark. She gave me the strength to keep going, to push through the pain and fear. Trial by strength. The human faces off against a creature of pure muscle. The ground shook as the beast walked in. It was huge, all muscle and anger, its eyes glowing. It roared and I shivered. This was the Gornath, they said. A fighting monster. I was scared. This thing could squash me. But then I thought of Sarah. Her laugh, her smile, how she made me feel brave. I thought about her love and felt stronger. The Gornath charged. I dodged its fist, feeling the wind as it went past my face. I had to be fast. I ducked and weaved, punching its legs, trying to make it fall. The crowd roared. I could feel them watching. The Gornath got mad and punched the ground, making a big crack. I jumped just in time. This was going to be tough. Section 5. Trial by wit. A battle of minds against an enigmatic alien strategist. If the Gornath was a test of strength, this was a brain game. My opponent, the Zethon, a giant, floating brain. It talked to me in my mind. The challenge was a strategy game, played on a holographic board that kept changing. Each piece was a different alien, each with its own powers. I had to outsmart the Zethon. The Zethon's thoughts were cold. It thought about every move, looking for my weaknesses. It was in my head, trying to break me. But then I remembered what Sarah said. Sometimes the smartest move is the one nobody expects, so I did something crazy. The Zethon paused, surprised. That's what I needed. I kept playing, bolder now, and slowly I started to win. Section 6. Trial by courage, facing fears in a terrifying alien landscape. This challenge was the scariest, a test of bravery. I was in a spooky alien wasteland. Giant spiders with glowing eyes crawled around. Scary voices whispered my name. The ground felt like it was going to fall apart. I wanted to run and hide. But Sarah needed me. So I kept walking. I fought the scary things and the cold wind, and then I saw a light. Hope! I walked towards it, tired and scared. The light got brighter, showing a portal. I did it. I faced my fears. Section 7, the final showdown. The human and the alien champion meet in a climactic battle. The last challenge. The crowd was excited. My opponent walked in. He was the champion, a giant in shiny armor, his face hidden by a mask. He was fast and strong. I knew this was it. Sarah's life depended on this fight. He attacked first, his sword a blur. I blocked it. We fought, metal hitting metal. His attacks were strong. But I had learned a lot. I dodged and looked for a chance. The crowd roared. I was getting tired, but I couldn't quit. Section 8, a moment of truth. The fate of his loved one hangs in the balance. The champion lunged, aiming for my heart. I dodged. His sword just touched my arm. I stumbled, my head spinning. I was losing. He raised his sword for the final blow. I closed my eyes, waiting. Then I heard Sarah's voice in my head. "Don't give up," she said. "Fight for us." Her words gave me power. I opened my eyes. As his sword came down, I rolled away. I jumped up. This was my chance. Section 9. Reunited at last, victory and reunion, or defeat and despair. I attacked with all my might. The champion blocked, but too slow. My sword broke his. He fell back, shocked. I kept attacking. He fell down. I won. I actually won. The alien who brought me here appeared. "You are worthy," he said. He pointed to a portal. "Go!" She waits. I went through, my heart racing, and then I saw her. Sarah! I ran and hugged her tight. We were together again. Nothing else mattered. We had won. Our love was strong. We were going home together.